But the only one he remembers is Omaha.
What the impact they had on the year, let me tell you, when these guys finally hang it up, they should be shifted to the Hall of Fame. Period. There's just no way around it. Peyton, great quarterback. I don't think he's as good as Brady, but Peyton is.
Can you say that?
Oh, here we go.
I tell him all the time.
So knowledgeable.
I'll tell him all the time. Brady's better than Manning. All day.
Thank you.
But I mean, the impact they've had. I mean, they are like they will always. To me, it's like as long as they've been playing, it seems like they're the mold, like what every quarterback probably should be. You know, everybody, they both are different players, have their own set of skills, and but they really are. I mean, no matter how old they get, unlike Favre, you don't want to see him go out like Favre did. But these two guys, man, they still play at elite level. I think Manning's kind of going down a little bit, but he still plays at a top tier level at his age with that injury. I mean, I know kids will want to be like, I want to be like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. I mean, these are the kids that are coming. These are, you want these guys, to be the mold. Now we got cats like Cam Newton coming up, but he's going to be the new hybrid quarterback with the standard stay in the pocket quarterback. I mean, nobody does it better than these two guys. Brady being better, and Brady being better. And I mean, just keep saying that. And Cortez, don't take me wrong. Manning's one hell of a quarterback, and he's number 2 in my books. So they've done a great service to the league, and thank God for them, because the quarterback before them you had your Brett Favre and you had your Dan Marinos, but these guys by far trump them.
Damn.
All right, your thoughts, Mike, on the impact that Brady and Manning had on the league.
All right, I'm going to make sure I keep this part, incredibly respectful, because there's plenty of Peyton Manning slander coming. But, until then, these guys are like, they're model citizens of the game, man. Like, I've been.
Sorry. My cheating alarm just went off.
He was proven innocent. So I don't know.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll get into this later, but go ahead. I want Mike to make his point. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't worry. I know there's plenty of slander to go around for both guys. Don't worry. We'll get there.
When did Peyton cheat?
Peyton, first and foremost, man, like, the dude's a class act, man. Like, in terms of, like, the way he carries himself, the way he plays the game, how meticulous he is at the line, just checking out of plays, checking into plays. Like, he's kind of made all his coaches irrelevant, you know what I mean? Because how much he does on his own. And, just staying in the play. It's him for not being mobile at all. Like, he's never been someone you looked at for his physicality at all. But if you're talking top quarterbacks, undeniably, his name has to be up there. So I mean, Peyton, like, he's just immediately. So I agree with you. There's no ballot voting necessary. Like, why do you even have to think twice about putting this man in the Hall of Fame? This man is well over accomplished, more than majority of the people in the Hall of Fame now. And same thing for Brady. Granted, people call them out for cheating and so on and so forth. People are going to say what they're going to say. There's speculation for Brady or whatever the case may be, but you can't take away what that man has accomplished, his consistency, how many accolades he has. I mean, if you just look at his list of accomplishments, I mean, it's just so much to his resume, and these guys, they've made football so much fun to watch over the years, just if whether you're hoping that they lose or you're hoping that they win. I heard Floyd Mayweather say, he fills up these stadiums full of people, and, a lot of times he gets booed in the stadiums. And he says, whether they're cheering or whether they're booing, they're watching. Yes. And that's how you know that they're great. Whether you love Brady, whether you love Peyton, whether you hate both of them or whatever the case may be, they're so good that even if you hate them, you have to see them lose because they're that good and you have to see it happen. No one cares to see Brian Hoyer lose. I can check NFL.com. But these other two, they're must-see TV. Their game is must-see TV every time. And there's something to be said about that when you earn that level of, respect and credibility in the NFL, especially where quarterbacks last by maybe 3 to 5 years tops on average.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and speak on a little bit of impact that Brady man had in the league. Like both of y'all said, they both are wonderful quarterbacks, and no doubt about it that they're going to be first ballot Hall of Famers. That is one of the things that they're going to be when their career is up and done. Now, as far as you there, Steve?
Yeah.
All right. Now, as far as hold on, I done lost the other guy here. Now, as far as the impact that these guys have had, they've been doing it for a long, long time, and so when I give credit to them, but yeah, you look inside the numbers here, and I know we're gonna go the bout that they had is that give Bray his props. He's 11-5 against Manning, and in the last 10 he's 5-5, and he's Cincinnati versus the Broncos, and I have to always throw this out here. He's 2-6 at Denver. But I'll just expound on that later. The four postseason meaning that these quarterbacks have had, the home quarterback has won. So tend to say that the home field advantage has played a big part in what probably into the end results here, particularly there. But that's what it's been in the last four postseason meetings. Brady leads the NFL in touchdown interception ratio. He's been fantastic this year. The end of the season there, he started kind of fall off a little bit. But he picked it right back up with Kansas City, and he's leading that with 36-7, and Manning, who was dead last, with 9-17. Luckily, the Jacksonville Jaguar quarterback passed him as far as interceptions, but nonetheless, I can't take credit from Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles had a great year. I just want to get Kevin attention. He's not paying attention. He's in there somewhere. But as far as these impacts here, you got to give credit to him. I'm not going to bash Brady and everything like that. He's besides the antics and everything else that's been off the field and whatever he's been going on about that, what he does bring on the field is the competitiveness, the fire, and everything that you like to see in your quarterback. To me, I think he's one of the best quarterbacks that has ever played this game. And one crowd people do not like to talk about Brady that he does it well is the quarterback sneak, man. It's every time I see this, there's a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and short. This guy somehow finds a way to get the third down. Get the first down conversion, and I give him credit.
You just fall fucking forward. Holy shit!
Yeah, but other quarterbacks that don't fall forward, they still don't get it.
Because other people are stupid and don't know just to fall fucking forward.
It ain't that easy just to fall forward. He's
pretty smart then.
Yeah, you gotta give him credit, man, because he still get it every time. Other quarterbacks does not get it every other time. So credit, and then Manning is one of those guys that's he knows things that's gonna come before they come. So I like how he audibles and everything like that. He's one of the best cerebral, even when the end of the season where they was playing the Chargers, he already just come in and like, all right, well, I see they're blitzing on the right, they loading up on the right, I'm changing up to the run on the left. So they're both just very cerebral-minded quarterbacks, and that's what you need in this game. You got some talented quarterbacks in this league, but you ain't got none of these quarterbacks that's very cerebral-minded as these two quarterbacks, and the way they read the game and everything like that is very great. So props to these quarterbacks here. Kevin, you want to add on this here?
No, because I am not joining in the dick-sucking session for Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
All right. Well, you go ahead and enjoy Blake Bortles nuts. I'll let him suck on Blake Bortles nuts. He's okay. All right. Let's move to the next question. And we'll go ahead and go from there. All right. What does a healthy Edelman does for Tom Brady? And I'll start with the Patriots fan.
Oh man, I mean Edelman, the dude is just sort of like crafty on his feet, man. His footwork is amazing. I mean, obviously physically he's not the biggest receiver or whatever the case may be, but he's fast and he just cuts like so tight. Like it's just hard for these people to just stay in front of him. On top of it, I love the dog in him. You know what I mean? Like he's always talking so much trash to defenders. Like I don't know if you ever hear this guy mic'd up. This man is a bully. Like he likes taking a heart. Like the guy don't even want to play anymore. Like you ever play somebody in a video game and you're just no match for them and they just won't shut up about how much they're killing you?
Yeah.
That's Edelman, and I love him for that because he just demoralizes his side of the field or whoever it is, and he always goes like just I was saying for Larry Fitz earlier. He always wants to get those extra yards. He wants to rub it in your face and personally get those yards on you, and then tell you how you can't stop him from getting more yards, and then does it again. You gotta love this guy, man. Like, you used to be a quarterback, now you're a top receiver in the game. I mean, come on.
All right, Steve, your thoughts on what a healthy Edelman does for Tom Brady?
I don't want to fight after him, but what he just said, what he just fucking said. I'm agreeing with what he just said.
All right.
And it's the truth.
Let me just say, because I read up on this, and they say when he does play, particularly when he passed the ball. Tom Brady gets out in 1.8 seconds.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I know I've been reading some trash talk because Vanorder apparently say he needs 1 second. I'm like, dude, don't get him bulletin board material. Please don't give him bulletin board material.
I loved it.
He was like, all I need is 1 second. Like, no, you really have to pay attention. But Edelman is one of those guys if you're not a fan of this team, he's frustrating to watch, man, because he kills you. He kills you. I don't know how he does it, but Tom Brady just leads him and he gets out, and then when you think, okay, he can get about 3 yards on a 3-yard pass, he get 11 yards. And I'm like, Jesus, they just got a first down on second down. It's frustrating to watch. But I'm sure as a Patriots fan, you love it, man. You gotta give credit to him because where he came from and where he learned from Wes Welker and became better than Wes Welker.
Welker 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. Wes Welker 2.0, and he's just really solid, man. You can tell that he does an impact. He does a lot for Brady, and you can tell near the end of the season that his impact was definitely missed. And you see it pick right back up when they play Kansas City. So this guy does a lot for the Patriots, and I'm sure Tom Brady is glad to have this guy back. So
yeah, because how did Tom do without him?
Yeah, he struggled a little bit, but
he struggled.
It wasn't just him that was gone, but yeah, we'll leave that. I'll let that ride. It wasn't just him gone.
He struggled. The great Tom Brady struggled. Without people,
it wasn't just him that was gone.
Without people, the great Tom Brady struggled
for the most part for the quick passes, and that offensive line was a joke too. So it's like your quick guy is gone. You got to take time in the pocket. A bunch of guys you basically just picked up off the street and told them to block for you.
The offensive line is
a lot
joke.
to deal with.
Here's where I'm going to debunk all this. Here's where I'm going to debunk all this Tom Brady.
Here we go.
Oh,
gigantic glory. How many offensive line? How many offensive line combinations has the New England Patriots used this year?
Well, at least 36 or something above that.
It's 37 offensive line combinations.
It's ridiculous.
37 offensive line combinations. He only holds on to the ball 1 second, maybe two at the most.
2 seconds.
But that's only with Edelman getting open that fast.
You let me finish. When Edelman was out, he was still getting the ball out that fast. Nobody was catching it. They all dropped the ball. And everything was going poopy-doo for him. Then all of a sudden, you get your guy back. You get Edelman back. They're able to run that little system that they run with all these little crossing patterns and all these pick plays that never get called and everything. But we all can see flat out that they're pick playing the hell out of everybody. None of this stuff gets called. Bill Belichick is a fucking genius and don't get enough credit for the greatness that is Tom Brady. Because if you put Peyton Manning and give him the consistency of having the same head coach for 13 freaking years, Peyton Manning would have won 4 Super Bowls by now. And somebody call me a liar.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I dare you. That
sounds nice.
Because it's fact. You put Tom Brady in the same crap that Peyton Manning had. He wouldn't be as good as Peyton Manning.
Quick here. Kevin doesn't believe Tom Brady's worth the shit. He thinks he's a system quarterback. He's not as good as what he is. He thinks he's a good quarterback, just not as good as he is because he gets all the credit should go to Bill Belichick, which Bill Belichick does not throw the ball. He doesn't hike the ball. Doesn't do curse things. He doesn't throw the ball precisely on time where it has to be. He doesn't have garbage receivers to throw to except when he has Gronk and one receiver, and he hasn't had the tools that Peyton Manning's had over the years. He's had one outstanding receiver, and that was Randy Moss, and they still didn't win the fucking Super Bowl, which they should have won. So Brady is a fucking great quarterback, probably the best ever, if not the best. Peyton's a close second.
Peyton's third. He's still behind Joe Montana.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
And Brady, I mean, people like to take credit away from Belichick. I mean, did you see what Belichick was doing before Brady got drafted? And the number one response I always get back for this is, but he went 11-5 on Matt Castle. I mean, did you see Matt Castle's receiving core, though, and his offensive line? I mean, he was basically playing with the same team that Brady had in 2007 that he went undefeated with. So it's like, it's understandable why he would do decent with them. He only had Randy Moss and Wes Welker. You know what I mean? And they were actually using their running game at that time.
He turned fucking Ryan Mallett into a preseason wonder, into a second-round